A new image with lots to talk about and a new leak that confirms a major rumor. That first trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth feels truly close now that the official Jurassic World Twitter account has finally posted about the film again, releasing this image. Lots of people are expecting the trailer to drop at the Super Bowl, but remember that Jurassic World Dominion launched the first trailer a few days before the Super Bowl. So I got my eyes on their YouTube channel and I will let you know right away. But back to the image, which came with the caption, Scarlett Johansson and Jonathan Bailey lead a dangerous mission in Jurassic World Rebirth. In the image we see the two lead characters, Zora Bennett, played by Scarlett Johansson, and Dr. Henry Loomis, played by Jonathan Bailey, amidst a nest, holding an egg like Henry is Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he's about to run away from a boulder. We know from the plot synopsis that the team has come to this mysterious, still unconfirmed island to gather the DNA of the three most colossal species across land, sea, and air. And Henry appears to be collecting a DNA sample from the egg. We have seen this type of syringe mounted on Zora's rifle for when collecting DNA is a little more challenging than jabbing a needle into a defenseless egg, and in another previously released image, we got a peek inside the case in which they will be securing and transporting these vials of precious genetic material. What purpose the DNA serves, we don't quite know yet, other than it being the key to a drug that will bring miraculous, life-saving benefits to humankind. Behind-the-scenes photos revealed decontamination happening in the streets following a dinosaur encounter, so possibly a disease carried by dinosaurs is transmittable to humans and lethal to humans, possibly lethal to dinosaurs too. And perhaps the most colossal species are immune, hence the need to uncover their genetic code to reverse engineer a cure or a vaccine for humans. In any case, since they are specifically collecting DNA from the largest species across land, sea, and air, and the egg is huge, it is safe to assume this egg holds one of those giant species. And given the location, it's clearly not the biggest marine species, and for reasons we'll get into in a minute, I don't think it's the biggest land species either. I feel quite confident this is a Quetzalcoatlus egg in a Quetzalcoatlus nest. But not the kind of Quetzalcoatlus we saw in Dominion, as a leak confirms the species have been redesigned. More on that later. The nest is located in what looks like an ancient temple, sharing design characteristics with Aztec and Mayan temples, and this means we can tie this location to the leaked behind-the-scenes images from last summer, courtesy of Unboxed PhD. We can see the opening of the temple, styled like a terrifying mouth with teeth, possibly in reference to the Mesoamerican god Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, after which Quetzalcoatlus is named. The opening of the temple appears to be carved out of the sheer cliff face, suggesting that this is going to be quite high up in the mountains, adding further evidence that we're looking at the nest of a flying species specifically, as this temple appears inaccessible to any other species. It looks like our characters will have to either climb up or rappel down to the temple entrance. You can see the climbing rope attached to Zora's gear, and there's rope draped over the nest, which they would have used to gain access. Jonathan Bailey was a guest on the Graham Norton show just last week, and he talked about hanging in a harness for a week to shoot a scene.
There's lots of harness work, actually. So it's sort of rigged up for about a week, hanging off a crane.
Looking at the location and the rope, I think this is the scene he referenced. There's a blue screen backdrop, so the background of the island and perhaps an attacking Quetzalcoatlus can be CGI'd into the shot. Before I get into the leaks that confirm some rumors that have been going around, I do want to address a concern I have. A Quetzalcoatlus nesting in some kind of Mesoamerican temple? It's a bit on the nose, isn't it? Now maybe it's just a fun Easter egg for people who know the origins of the name Quetzalcoatlus. But I am a little worried that instead it hints that this ancient civilization that built this temple coexisted with the dinosaurs and knew exactly what Quetzalcoatlus is. That this is some sort of hollow earth situation where, in this small pocket, dinosaurs never went extinct. This could explain why these animals in Jurassic World Rebirth, like the Quetzalcoatlus, look different from the ones we've seen in previous installments in the franchise. It could explain the redesigns, which were confirmed by a new leak. I personally hope this won't be the case, but it is something that crossed my mind. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. So, about those leaks. You might have seen a rumor floating around on Twitter, or maybe you joined our Jurassic Talk livestream 2 weeks ago, where we talked about the possible redesigns of the animals for Jurassic World Rebirth. This rumor was based on people finding the files for these species in Jurassic World Alive, and I have this overview of the redesigns here. This is an artist's rendering of the new dinosaur designs found in the game. So these are not the actual images found in Jurassic World Alive. What happened is the images have been described to the artist and then they made this rendering. It shows radical redesigns of the Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, and Quetzalcoatlus, and apparently the raptor is said to be feathered. As always, I treat rumors with skepticism until a verifiable source confirms them. And admittedly, this rumor made me very skeptical. Well, as I talked about in this video, toy leaks confirmed the return of the Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, T-Rex, and a new species, Titanosaurus, as well as some sort of villain dinosaur with the species not specified. So this already gave some credibility to the lineup from the rumor, but not yet any credibility for the exact designs. We do have that confirmation now. I saw this from Jurassic Addict on Twitter. This is what happens when you don't give us a trailer, Universal. We start digging. Not only does this once again confirm the species of Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, T-Rex, and some kind of sauropod at least, it also shows the Quetzalcoatlus and a type of small ceratopsian believed to be Aquilops. What's most interesting here is the actual shape of the silhouettes. First off, the Mosasaurus shows this spiky ridge on its back, so I actually think this means the Mosasaurus is either not being redesigned for Jurassic World Rebirth, as was rumored, or the plushie simply resembles the Jurassic World Mosasaurus for the sake of popularity, ignoring the possible redesign. Spinosaurus is hard to tell, it's only a silhouette of a plushie after all, although it does look to have long legs similar to the T-Rex, also possibly contradicting this particular redesign. However, the sauropod very much confirms the rumored design, showing some type of flare, some type of sail on the back of the head and on the hips, albeit spikier than the artist's rendering. But still, the location of these flaring structures, possibly sails as rumored, confirms the legitimacy of this rumor, as does the very bulbous head. Next, we have the pterosaur. These plushies don't confirm the species, but it's safe to assume it is the Quetz, in spite of the evident redesign. You can see that they've changed the shape of the crest and moved it forward on the beak. So these plushies confirm that at least 2 of the rumored designs are accurate, giving much more credence to the others as well, because they were all part of the same initial data mining of Jurassic World Alive. So why would one part of it be true and the other part of it be not true, you know? I think this plushie design for the Titanosaurus and the Quetzalcoatlus proves that these people did indeed look at images from Jurassic World Alive that show the designs for Jurassic World Rebirth. For full context, I do want to bring your attention to someone pointing out that this particular Rex has been available for a while, possibly indicating that this particular leak is fake. But according to Jurassic Addict, there was a working link for this image. I manually typed the address and I did get a catalog which features a Jurassic World Rex on the front, hinting that there is official Jurassic World merch in the catalog. This catalog takes a very long time to load, but does load eventually. If you are impatient and you want to look this up for yourself, looking at the print preview allows you to look up the Jurassic World page in question. But yeah, here it is, page 48, the overview of the upcoming plushies. And the reason the Rex is already revealed and the others aren't is because the Rex is indeed from a previous line, as seen on the next page where it is depicted alongside the existing plushie for Blue. So this passes my personal bar for what I consider actual, verifiable, confirmed information. But you can decide that for yourself. If you're still suspicious about it, yeah, you can make that call for yourself. But I consider this very much verification. Now there's one more thing we gotta talk about, and that's this thing. This mutant monster dinosaur was part of the same leak as all of these. And now that at the very least the Titanosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus design have been given credibility, that increases the odds of this mutant being the villain dinosaur that previous toy leaks described. I am decidedly not a fan of this. It's possibly me being in denial, but I don't consider this thing to be fully confirmed quite yet. But again, it was part of that same rumor, so yeah, I think I might be in denial. But I will continue to be in denial until this too crosses my personal threshold between what I consider legitimate and still a little bit suspicious. I want to believe that it's not true. Let me know in the comment down below what you think. Do you want this to be true? Do you think it is true? Let me know down below. And subscribe to the channel to know right away if this thing is confirmed. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time. Still waiting on that trailer.